this diaper brand, which I will not name, has the elastic all sewn in, and when the casing was sewn down over it, it was so small, the casing is just tiny, and I can't get a straw through there, and I cannot get a safety pin through there, and I can't pull the elastic through because it's sewn in. So, if you really want to save these, the best way is to give up and just open up the whole seam with your seam ripper. Now, you're not going to do anything to that elastic that's already in there because you've already put quite a few holes in your diaper, opening up the whole seam. What you're going to do is simply sew in new elastic right over the old elastic. And the way you do that is this. You take your, you gotta find the end, you take your new elastic and you tack it down on this end, and you have two choices. You can tack it down on the end, pull it really tight, just as tight as you can pull it, snip off that end, tack down that end, so that it's like the Bum Genius one, so if it ever messes up again, it's easier for someone else to fix. Or you can be really lazy and you can simply pull it really tight and sew down the whole thing just like they did. In this particular diaper, that is what I'm going to choose to do, is sew down the whole thing because it makes it easier on me to top stitch it. I know that's lazy. I use a zigzag because it's easier to sew it in. I'm just going to zag down the entire length of the elastic. So you tack the end, and then you have to pull it really tight, otherwise it won't scrunch up later. I don't cut it to size until I'm done. I just pull it tight, sew it on, snip it off. And then I snip off my extra thread. And I have new elastic sewn over the old elastic. And you're going to do it to the other side the same way. The back needs new elastic, which this one does. You can do the same thing. Oh, this one you're lucky because the back has the type of elastic where you can snip it and tie it and pull it through. I'm not sure why they chose to put that type of setup in the back of the diaper, but not in the regular legs of the diaper. but it makes it easy on us. You can look at the other video on how to do this, but you just tie it to the old elastic and pull the old elastic, and the new elastic, well, if your knot can get through, the new elastic should follow because it's tied to it. So I have old elastic and new elastic, and I was trying not to show the brand of the diaper, but I guess I did. And then stitch that down on the end. This one. And you have this hanging out. You're just going to pull that as tight as you can get it. Snip it off and sew it down. And the back of your diaper has an elastic and a tube. So once you have all the elastic, we're going to turn it right side out, and you're going to pull it tight and sew down the edge to re-top stitch it using a straight stitch. If you hand sewed it like this, you could probably want to put a top stitch, but it could go without one for a while until you got a sewing machine to do it with. Or you could sit and hand sew it, but it might take you quite a while to hand sew that. Just want to sew back over where they've already sewed. On this one, I sewed a bit of a larger casing so that if anyone has to repair it in the future, the casing will be big enough that they can just stick a safety pin or a straw down there instead of having to open the whole thing like I did. Of course, I sewed in the elastic, so they probably have to take it out anyway. And surely you're not repairing elastic that many times in one diaper. It might be time to just throw the diaper away at that point. So, my diaper now has new elastic and new top stitching down the legs. I'm going to put new top stitching in the back, and then you would have new elastic in your diaper that you couldn't get a straw or a safety pin down the casing to replace it. This would be the last resort to replacing elastic. If you can get a straw or a safety pin down there, or just thread the elastic through because it's tacked on the end, that would be your best choice. Because this way, of course, you're putting more and more holes in your diaper with your seam ripper and your sewing machine. But you want to wash this diaper before you use it again on very warm water, and throw it in the dryer for 20 minutes to kind of help seal up any little holes you made while sewing. That's how you